Hey guys, it's the Metal Blade 5, and I'm a fucking idiot. Back in my E3 Impressions video, I mentioned that I was going to do a video on Paper Mario Color Splash. But I completely forgot about it due to all the other videos I wanted to make, so... better late than never, I guess? But before I start, I want to make one thing clear. This video is not about the actual quality of Color Splash. I'm writing the script for this the day before the game comes out. And it has been getting positive reviews, so maybe I will get this game in the end. This video is instead about the problem of how Nintendo handled this game in terms of both its development and their stance on the Paper Mario series. So as everyone should know, when this game was first revealed in the Nintendo Direct, everyone was immediately excited to see a new Paper Mario game with amazing graphics, but then their reaction, and my own, was changed to this.
Fresh to the action-adventure genre, and this time...
Not true. That's impossible.
ペンキを塗って世界を救うペーパー
Of course, everyone was pissed to find out that this new Paper Mario game was going to be a sequel to Stick a Star. Even as someone who actually kind of likes Stick a Star, as a guilty pleasure, I fully admit that I think it's a bad game. So the fact that Nintendo completely ignored the fans, even though everyone was demanding for a return to the classic Paper Mario format, that's one of the things I hate about Nintendo. Despite sometimes listening to fans when it comes to games like Smash Bros., in plenty of other instances they just ignore them. The reveal of this game received thousands of dislikes, and there was even a petition to cancel the game like with Metroid Prime Federation Force. Another thing I hate about Nintendo is that when a game doesn't sell very well, they don't see it as a reflection of the game, but instead as a reflection of the franchise. So if this game doesn't sell very well, Nintendo are going to think that people don't like Paper Mario anymore, and not make any Paper Mario games for years. Some people were saying that people would just jump into conclusions because the game wasn't out, but my counter-argument to that is the same as my counter when it comes to the Ghostbusters reboot and people being called out for judging the movie before its release. A trailer for a game or movie is supposed to give you a taste of what to expect in the full release. So if you don't like how something looks in the trailer, then you're not going to want to get it! Plus, like with Stick a Star, the game had a lack of original characters except for the pink bucket Huey, and instead was filled with generic toads. Granted, there are these rescue squad toads that are unique and have a lot of personality, but I think this would have been better to show off at an earlier point in the run-up to the game's release, because these trailers were only shown like the last couple of weeks before the game come out. And once again, this takes us to another thing I hate about Nintendo, being that Miyamoto has the stance that Mario plots should be very basic and have no original characters, which is what happened with Stick a Star, and also affected Mario & Luigi Paper Jam. Miyamoto also has this view that every game needs some sort of gimmick, which is why Paper Mario now focuses so heavily on a paper-based theme, because in the previous games, then the paper was just an aesthetic thing, it wasn't really like a gimmick to the gameplay. And this is something that has also affected other Nintendo franchises, as it's the reason why there hasn't been an F-Zero game in 12 years, as Miyamoto said, there isn't a controller suitable for a new F-Zero game. Now, that was enough for me to make a video on Color Splash, since everyone else already did that, and I didn't have anything to add. But then at E3 this year, GameXplain did an interview with Risa Tabata, the game's assistant producer, and I have nothing against her, but some of the things she says in this interview are just so baffling that it's what made me decide to make this video. The first major thing that she says is that they came up with the idea for Color Splash immediately after they finished development on Stick a Star. I'm not exaggerating that. She says that they came up with this game's concept at the end of development party. They didn't even wait to see the reaction that Stick a Star got before deciding to make another game in the exact same style. The other thing she says, which is even more shocking and what really annoyed me, was her answer to the question, will there be any traditional RPG elements? In which she says that since Mario & Luigi is an RPG series, that Paper Mario should focus more on puzzle solving. That line of thinking is very flawed in my opinion. Arlo made a video on this subject, and I completely agree with what he says. While Mario & Luigi and Paper Mario are both RPGs, they work differently to each other. Mario & Luigi is more action-focused and involved, as you have to dodge or counter enemy attacks to avoid damage, and it focuses on a greater dynamic with Mario & Luigi. Meanwhile, Paper Mario is more turn-focused and tactical, with a greater emphasis on different enemy abilities and attacks. Mario's customizable moves and abilities, thanks to badges, and partners with their own abilities, which were absent in Sticker Star, and was one of the things I actually did hate about the game, because the partners were always interesting due to their personalities. My two favorite partners in the series are Vivian and Bobbery because of their personal stories. They might as well have said, if you want a Mario RPG, play something else. So, in conclusion, Mario and Luigi shouldn't replace Paper Mario because they work differently and they can both coexist, as they were perfectly fine together back when Paper Mario was an actual RPG. Plus, Mario and Luigi came out after Paper Mario. So through that logic, Mario and Luigi should be the franchise that isn't a proper RPG. Imagine if we took that to a more extreme level. Oh, Nintendo already have Pokemon as an RPG, I guess that means Nintendo shouldn't make any other RPGs! The other major things he talks about is that they ask if they have any plans to make a 1000-Year Door HD, in which he says if there's enough demand, then they probably will. My only issue with this is that they don't know that there's a lot of demand for that. Just like with Nintendo ignoring the Paper Mario fans wanting to return to the classic formula, Nintendo were not listening to what the fans want again. I would love a 1000-Year Door HD since 1000-Year Door is amazing, and so I could actually record the game. Wow, this video was actually shorter than I was expecting. I guess the reviews for this game made me abandon some of my arguments, since apparently there is a reason to battle enemies in this game. Although, I noticed that some reviews are praising the game's charm, which I felt was a positive of Sticker Star, so I just wonder what Color Splash has done that Sticker Star hasn't in that category. Also, from what I know of the plot, it seems just as basic as Sticker Star's, but it gets praise for it. Odd, but still, with this video being short, it makes it more painful that I didn't do this earlier.